Alright, welcome back everyone. This video is a direct sequel to the previous video, and in that video I talked about what counts as a relapse, what counts as porn when you're trying to recover from porn and from addiction. And in this one I want to talk about why you absolutely have to cut every single external source of arousal from your life. I have been in 2 relationships. The second one is the current one. And now I have experience of what it's like to be in a relationship when you are heavily addicted to pornography. And I have experience of what it is like to be in a relationship without being heavily addicted to pornography. And I can tell you that this has taught me that once you cut out everything external, it will change the intimacy in your relationship 100%. And here is the layman's simplified version of why. When you are used to watching something, you train your brain into getting aroused by visual stimuli. And what I mean here is when you sit by the computer or by your phone and you don't have any real person in the vicinity, you train your brain into getting aroused alone, but also at the same time while looking at something visual. Now, how this affects your real life relationship, it will affect it so that, first of all, the only sexual activity you know is masturbation. And it's masturbation with a visual stimuli. And in many cases with some quite extreme visual stimuli. So when you are addicted to something like that and you're in a relationship and you get to a point in the relationship where you want to make love, what's going to happen is you will not be in the present, you will not be in the moment, you will not be feeling love, you will not be aroused by your love towards that person, if that makes sense. Because that's one of the big differences. You can actually get aroused by loving someone. And what I mean by this is you have a great day with the person you love, and you just can't, your head is just full of this feeling of like, damn, we had such a nice day and such nice experiences. I love this person so much. And that love makes you want that person physically. And that will lead into making love, which is very different from like casual masturbatory sex. It's a totally different thing. And I'm speaking from experience again, remember that. So it might be you might not have the experience of it, so you might not completely understand what I'm trying to describe here, but I'm telling you, those are 2 different experiences. And what happens if you are addicted to pornography is that you can't really make love because you're so conditioned into masturbating that actually what you do with your partner becomes just masturbation with another person. But here's the problem. You're so used to being alone when you masturbate that you actually might not feel very comfortable masturbating with somebody else. And now the other problem is that you're so used and so conditioned into visual stimuli that you try to look at that person and you try to see the things that you're used to seeing. And if you don't see something extreme, which you won't, obviously, you will not be able to stay aroused. And that is really fucked up, and that really sucks. So basically, if you are addicted, then you are used to seeing something visual that changes all the time, something extreme that changes all the time. And now you have only one person. She will not change, and she most likely is not that extreme. The only thing you know is masturbating, looking at something that changes all the time and something that is extreme. And that's not going to happen. So you will not enjoy your sex very much. Of course, I'm very much aware that some people can watch porn and have sex and enjoy both. There's couples who both watch. There's couples who are horny as hell, no matter how much porn they consume. I know there are cases like that. So for anyone who wants to say that this is bullshit and this is not applicable for everyone, I know. But I also happen to know that most people, and this is my experience, most people around me are this way. So this is for most people who I assume, because I have so many friends and I have talked with enough friends, that I assume that most people are like this. So just to get that out of the way. Whew. Anyway, now I've made 2 videos in a row, so I hope you get something out of this, because once again, I've not scripted these, so I sort of go from one place to another when I'm talking. But anyway, just keep that in mind. And you shouldn't be afraid of getting into a relationship just because of what I said, because you can work on that together. You don't have to think that you have to fix yourself before you get into a relationship. Don't think like that. That sucks. You don't want to be alone. I made a video about being isolated. You shouldn't be isolated. So don't do that either. Anyway, if you watch this whole thing, then I thank you wholeheartedly. I still wish that I can make something out of this YouTube thing. It's not looking that good because I only have 25 subscribers and I've been doing this for half a year now, basically, quite actively. So obviously I know it's naive to think that you can just make a YouTube channel and blow up, but I'll try to be consistent and see what's gonna happen. So that's why I thank you if you watch this, and if you give a thumbs up, if you subscribe. You're making a real change in my life, so that's an easy way to make a change in somebody's life. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.